Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amrut Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. His Grace Ram Kripa Prabhuji will be reading the Namamrita, followed by Srila Prabhupada quote, followed by Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit. Thereafter, Her Grace Sadhu Sevani Mataji will be reciting the slokas of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Thereafter, Her Grace Rupavati Mataji will be reciting the slokas of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ही डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ही होलनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। ही होलनेस भक्ति आचार्य वैष्णव स्वामी महाराज की जय। ही ग्रेस शिक्षा गुरु रूपविलास प्रभु की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। In the today's में the Navamrita में there is some Devanagari script में matras are missing. Please excuse me in case of some wrong interpretation is done, wrong ucharan is done. Hare Krishna. Even if chanted in the separate parts, the holy name is effective. The holy name is effective even if vibrated in separate parts, provided there are no offenses. If a devotee once utters the holy name of the Lord, or if it penetrates his mind or enters his ear, which is channel of oral reception, that holy name will certainly deliver him from material bondage, whether properly joined or vibrated in separate parts. This verse from the Padma Purana is included in the Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.527 by Sanatan Goswami. Therein, Srila Sanatan Goswami gives the following explanation. Vachigatam prasangada vanamadhe pravartam api smarena patagatam कथाचिन् मन स्पर्शतम् अपि श्रोत्रामूलं गतं किञ्चित् श्रुतम् अपि शुद्ध वर्णं वशुद्ध वर्णम् अपि व व्यवहितं शब्दान्तरेण यत् व्यवधारणं वक्षामन नारायण शब्दस्य किञ्चित् उच्चारान्तरेण अन्तरं प्रसाङ्गद अपितं शब्दान्तरं तेन रहितं सत्. This means that if one somehow or the other hears, utters, or remembers the holy name, or if it catches his mind while coming near his ears, that holy name, even if vibrated in separate words, will act. An example of such separation is given as follows. यद्वापि हलं रिक्तम् इति अदि उक्तौ हकार रिक्तयोर्वृत्त्या नाम नमस्ति एव तथा रजामयीसीति अत्र राम नामापि एवम् अन्यादपि ऊह्यं तथापि तन्नाम मध्ये व्यवधाकयम् अक्षरान्तरम् अस्ति एतदृशा व्यवधान रहितम् इति अर्थः. यद्वा व्यवहितां च तद् रहितं चपीव तत्र व्यवहितं नाम्नः किञ्चित् उच्चारणमन्त्रं कथाञ्चित् अपतितां शब्दान्तरं समध्ये पाच्छान नमवशिष्टक्षरः ग्रहणम् इति एवं रूपम्. मध्ये शब्द अंतरेण अंतरितम् इति अर्थः. रहितं पश्चात् अविसक्षर ग्रहणाम वर्जितम केनचित् अंशेन हीनम् इति अर्थः तथापि तर तरयति एव. Suppose one is using two words halam riktam. Now the syllable ha in the word halam and the syllable ri in riktam are separately pronounced, but nevertheless it will act because one somehow or the other utters the word hari. Similarly, in the word Rajamayisi, the syllable ra and ma appear in two separate words. But because they somehow or the other appear together, the holy name Rama will act, provided there are no offenses. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada quote, 27th November. The governing principle of our activity should be to do what is favorable for pleasing Krishna. Letter to Lilith Kumar, November 27, 1971. Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. The the exodus of residents of Calcutta to other places out of fear of being raided by Japanese bombs is due to the same tendency of non-destructible existence. But those who are thus going away do not remember that even after going away from Calcutta, saved from the raids of the Japanese bombs, they are unable to protect their bodies as non destructible in any part of the material universe when the same body will be raided by the bombs of material nature in the form of threefold miseries. The Japanese also, who are threatening the Calcutta people with ruthless air raids for increasing their own happiness by possession of lands, do not know that their happiness is also temporary and destructible, as they have repeatedly experienced in their own fatherland. The living beings, on the other hand, who are designed to be killed, are by nature eternal, impenetrable, invisible, etc. So, all those living entities who are threatened to be killed, as well as those who are threatening to conquer, are all alike in the grip of the Maya potency and are therefore in the darkness. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम. भगवद भगवद गीता 15.11 यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्ति आत्मनि अवस्थितं यतन्तो अपि अकृत आत्मनो नैनं पश्यन्ति अचेतस. Translation. The endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in self realization can see all this clearly. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.13.39 Sabala eva purusho mata maham anuvrata adharma अमशोद्भावं मृत्यं तेनाद्भवत्. I think the internet has gone off, Rupati Mataji. Can somebody display the Srimad Bhagavatam shloka, please?
Leela Manohar Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji started sharing. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.13.39 Sa bala eva purusho maha mata maham anuvrata adharma amshod bhavam rityum tena abhavad adamrika. Translation. That boy was born partially in the dynasty of irreligion. His grandfather was death personified, and the boy grew up as his follower. He became a greatly irreligious person. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम सीसी मध्य 5.50 भूमि मोरा कन्या दीते करे अच्छा अंगीकारा इबे किछु नहीं कहा कि तुम्हारा विचार Translation, you have promised to give your daughter in charity to me. Now you do not say anything. What is your conclusion? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. श्री श्री राधारास बिहारी भगवान की जय, ललिता सखी विशाखा माता की जय, गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, गौरांग निताय महाप्रभु की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय, मॉर्निंग चैंटिंग प्रोग्राम की जय, संवेद भक्त वृंद की जय. When we are reading today's Nama Amrita, we are trying to understand how merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how merciful our acharyas are, that somehow or other they are always saying, please get connected to the holy name, please get connected to the holy name. And we read again and again that somehow or other, if the person is connected with the holy name, definitely that Agyat Sukriti will help him to uplift and burn all his sins. देखो क्या होता है लाइफ में, maturity works. If you go to a mature doctor or a mature engineer or a mature person, and if you go to a new person who is in that field, there is a lot of difference. Everybody in this material world is trying to solve the problems, but they do not know what is the root cause of the problem. They are trying to solve the problem superficially, artificially from above. The root problem is that the Jivatma is disconnected from the Lord. The root problem is that he is not taking the holy name of the Lord. The root problem is that he has a desire to enjoy separately from the Lord. And they are not trying to solve this problem. They are superficially trying to solve the problems artificially from above of the Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik and Adhyatmik. How nicely it is written over here. Even if you take separately name, as yesterday we were saying, that in the olden days, the children's names and the family names were kept, specially so that the Agyat Sukriti is developed somehow or other when they are chanting the holy name and their sins are destroyed. That was a science. But nowadays, the people keep the name Kappu, Appu, Bunty, Auntie. What type of name they keep? Huh? JK, BK, CK, whatever they want to keep. So, our Shastras are merciful. Get connected with the holy name, somehow or other, and many things will get solved. As far as Srila Prabhupada, today's quote is concerned, we have to understand that all our activities should be centered around Krishna and pleasing Krishna and Guru. With keeping these principles, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That is what Srila Prabhupada says. If we forget Krishna, then properly we are going into karma reactions, and there is no stoppage of karma reaction. Okay. Very nicely, Srila Prabhupada says in this Prabhupada Leela Amrita, people were running when the bombing was happening in Japan, by the Japan in Calcutta. They were running from here and there, but they failed to understand that if the problem, if we are is going to happen in their life, Wherever they go, that problem will chase them because of their karma. You cannot escape the karma reaction. You have to suffer whether you are here inside Calcutta or outside Calcutta. You will have to suffer. And one thing Srila Prabhupada says very nicely, that they are trying to protect the destructible body and they are forgetting about the indestructible soul. That the soul is indestructible, but they do not know about that thing. And that's why they are running here and there and they do not know the karma reaction. So Prabhupada, through Back to Godhead, is trying to revive that eternal message of the Guru Parampara and wants that the people should come on the platform of the soul. We know he was alone. We know no help was there and he started meagerly. But what matters is your sincere effort. And we know at the right time, Srila Prabhupada, after so many years, 40 years of struggle, where no success was there in his life, but at the end of the life, he got success because he was consistent in his effort towards the mission. Yatanto yoginaschainam pashyanti atmani avastitah yatantopyakrita atmano nainam pashyati achetasah. There are two words are given, atmani avastito and achetasaha. Those who are situated inside, those life are centered inside, those who are centered around the Lord, they are able to see the transmigration of the soul from one body to another. But what to speak about the people whose life is not centered around Krishna? Their focus is outside. They will never understand how we are passing from one body to another. That is called, one is called as Jnana Chakshusha, another is called Achetasaha. His Chetana is focused outside, not inside. Very, very important principle today we are learning in Srimad Bhagavatam. Why Vena, who is produced from the kheer, became irreligious? जैसे मैं बोला ना, शकुनी था इसीलिए दुर्योधन बना. Shakuni was one of the main reason for Duryodhan becoming Duryodhan. Association कैसे आप लेते हो? See, the mother was from the side of that personified. And he used to associate with that type of people. दादा भी वैसे ही थे और माँ भी वैसे ही थी. And that's why the child also became irreligious. So how you associate, that matters. And we have understood that Ansha, DNA comes in the body. When, the grandfather is irreligious, the daughter has some Ansha of that irreligiosity in him. And that is passed on through the child and that became Vena. So शादी करने के टाइम पे है ना, परिवार पहले देखते थे. आज लोग खाली लड़का लड़की देखते हैं और बाद में डाइवोर्स हो जाता है. बट इन द ओल्डन डेज परिवार पहले देखते थे कि पहले परिवार, दादा, घर बार कैसा है, But nowadays the concept is completely finished off. Because the future generation depends upon the previous generation. कैसा previous generation था, that also has some impact on the future generation. Here now the younger Brahmana is speaking very nicely that you had promised, but after coming here, you're not speaking about it. So what is the problem? What is the conclusion? And we will try to find out. Then his son will interfere in it. And he will say that it is not possible. He may have not spoken. And ultimately he will say, if Lord has given the Sakshi, call him. Then we will give it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,